My wife, our great First Lady, she was a great first. People loved her. Yeah, people love her. Oh, look at that. Wow. Mercedes, that's pretty good. Yeah, she's good. And she loves our country and she loves the people. It's true. Lindell.
Former President Donald Trump gave a speech at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, on Saturday afternoon just outside of Washington, D.C., in National Harbor, Maryland. Trump is the GOP frontrunner in the 2024 presidential election and has been able to maintain a loyal base of followers known as MAGA from his campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." However, the former president and the GOP have been criticized by Democrats and Republicans for Trump exerting too much power over the party and it being afraid to veer away from Trumpian politics. Here are some of the key moments from Trump's CPAC speech, part of which he spent warning Americans that he must win the 2024 election. One key moment from Trump's speech on Saturday was when he called Election Day, Judgment Day, for the liars and cheaters who took over the U.S. government. November 5th will be our new Liberation Day, but for the liars and cheaters and fraudsters and censors and imposters who have commandeered our government, it will be their Judgment Day, the former president said as the crowd cheered him on. Trump also warned during his speech that the country is breaking up. This is it. 2024. If we don't stop it, this is our last strain. If we don't stop it, we're gonna have a country. It won't even be a country. You wanted to know the truth. It won't even be a country. It's breaking up. There have been talks of a national divorce in America which would split the country up into Republican and Democrat states. This concept has been strongly promoted by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Georgia Republican and staunch Trump ally. The former president called himself a proud political dissident during his CPAC speech. "I stand before you today not only as your past and hopefully future president, but as a proud political dissident. I am a dissident," he said. Ruth Ben-Ghiat, author of Strongmen, Mussolini to the Present and MSNBC columnist, replied to a clip of Trump calling himself a dissident on X, formerly Twitter, going strong since Benito Mussolini, the tyrant as victim. Now Trump is a dissident persecuted by the Biden regime. Trump has been criminally indicted 4 times, including in 2 cases in which he was accused of attempting to overturn Joe Biden's 2020 election win. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all charges and claimed that the cases are politically motivated against him. The former president also said that he could turn the blue state of California red if God was the vote checker. "I always hear Republicans can't win California. You can't win. I will tell you, if God came down and God was the vote checker, I believe we would win California," Trump said. Another key moment in Trump's speech was when he seemingly agreed with Russian President Vladimir Putin that Biden should be president again in 2024. "I talked to Putin a lot. I got along with him well. Although he did announce the other day that he much rather see Biden as president. And I agree with him. I agree because I ended Nord Stream," Trump said. Trump was referring to natural gas pipelines between Europe and Russia. During his presidency, Trump put sanctions on any company that assisted Russia to complete the construction of Nord Stream 2, but Biden later lifted the sanctions. It is unclear what Trump actually meant by this statement. In an interview with Russian journalist Pavel Zarubin released earlier this month, Putin said another Biden presidency would be better for Russia than another Trump presidency. He is a more experienced, predictable person, an old-school politician, Putin said of Biden. But we will work with any U.S. leader whom the American people trust. During a rally in South Carolina last week, Trump said it was a great compliment that Putin would want Biden instead of him to run the country. When reached for comment by Newsweek, a spokesperson for Trump's campaign reaffirmed that it is Trump who should be re-elected. President Trump is dominating crooked Joe Biden in national polls and in battleground state polls across the country. Americans know that they were better off with President Trump, the spokesperson said in an email. After almost 4 years of crooked Joe's disastrous presidency, we need a return to America First policies that successfully kept our country safe and supercharged the economy for all Americans. Trump warned that if Biden gets re-elected this year, ruthless gangs will explode even more into the suburbs, and when they talk about suburban women, they're gonna love me so much. He added, they're gonna say, oh, I wish we had that guy back. The gangs will be invading your territory, I can tell you that. MeidasTouch, a liberal news site, mocked Trump for saying that he will garner the support of suburban women, writing in an X post, because of the rape? His defamation and name-calling? The abortion bans? The IVF, in vitro fertilization, bans? The embrace of QAnon? His attacks on democracy? What exactly are they going to love? Trump recently was ordered to pay former Elle columnist E. Jane Carroll $83.3 million after a judge found him liable for defaming Carroll by claiming she was lying when she came out with allegations that she was sexually assaulted by Trump in the 1990s. A separate jury last year awarded Carroll $5 million from Trump for sexual abuse and defamation. Trump continues to deny any wrongdoing, and his lawyer said they will appeal the case.
Russia was afraid. They were all afraid of Trump. Bring him back, and it'll all go back. And I will tell you, we had things at a level that nobody's ever seen before. We had no wars. We had defeated ISIS. We got rid of the worst terrorists in the world. You know that. And solely defeated, we took 100% of ISIS gone. And then we had no wars for 4 years. We had no wars. First time in 72 years that happened. No wars. Hillary Clinton, during one of our debates, if you remember that, she said, look at him, listen to him, he's going to cause wars, we'll be in wars. No. It turned out that I was able to stop wars from happening and brought our troops back home. We got out of these ridiculous, endless wars, killing people on both sides, costing trillions of dollars. Crooked Joe and his henchmen have you trapped, and it's an express train barreling toward servitude and to ruin. It's moving at a speed that Joe doesn't understand, because Joe actually, I don't think he knows what the hell's going on, to be honest with you, but he's surrounded by some very bad fascists. A vote for Trump is your ticket back to freedom. It's your passport out of tyranny, and it's your only escape from Joe Biden and his gang's fast track to hell. And in many ways, we're living in hell right now. Because the fact is, Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He really is a threat to democracy. I stand before you today not only as your past and hopefully future president, but as a proud political dissident. I am a dissident. Remember this, I've been indicted more than Alphonse Capone, Mr. President. Do you know who that is? Even the president just said, I do. Scarface, Al Capone. If he had dinner with you and he didn't like the smile in your face, he thought you were mocking him by smiling, you would be dead before you got home and said hello to your wife. And Alphonse Capone, I got indicted 4 times by this gang of thugs for nothing. Or, as I say respectfully to the people from foreign countries, for bullshit. Thank you very much. Now, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous what's going on. They've weaponized government. They've weaponized the DOJ, the FBI. We've never had anything like this in this country, and it's a phenomenon that's taken place many times, but in third world countries and in banana republics, not in the United States of America. So it's very dangerous, and they are indeed a threat to democracy. And I'm here to unleash this captive nation from Joe Biden and his gang of very bad people, very sick people, smart people, intelligent people, but they're hell-bent on the destruction of American freedom. It's happening in our country, and it's so obvious. I have people come to see me from other lands where this has gone on, especially in South America, Latin America, and they'll say, the same thing happened to my country 20 years ago. It was the same thing. It's all happening. And if we don't stop it, this is it. 2024. If we don't stop it, this is our last train. If we don't stop it, we're going to have a country. It won't even be a country. You want to know the truth? It won't even be a country. It's breaking up. If we can break out of the Biden nightmare, and it is a nightmare, he's the most incompetent person. Can you imagine this man who can't walk off a stage? He can't find the stairs. Where are they? Where are they, he asks. Where? He makes a 2-minute speech because that's about the only, they couldn't get any more fuel than that. Whatever happened to the cocaine they found in the White House? Where is it? And by the way, I have to say, because I have such respect for this audience and CPAC, I would have never spoken, and I never did, about him because of my respect for the office of the president. I have great respect for that office. But once I got is unbelievable. But to achieve a great future, we first have to throw off the chains of our out-of-control political class, and that begins with telling crooked Joe Biden, you remember The Apprentice? Crooked Joe Biden, you're fired. Get out of here. Get the hell. You're destroying our country. You're fired, Biden. Get the hell out of here. Right?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share.